Good morning. Hey, another nurse is in the room. Good morning. Good morning, Pam. Hey, Cecilia. Hey, Carolyn. Good morning. Hey, Pac Man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh God, I have this amazing story to tell y'all about some people who are actually from Cleveland that I had an opportunity to talk to last night while I was out driving Uber. So that was insane. And kind of gave me some insight as far as the mindset and how people in Cleveland think and feel about their team, as well as what they think about grown. So definitely wanted to come on here and talk about that. There's lots of footage that we can see from the Pro Bowl practice. I love the energy and the vibrancy that we're seeing from that. Then there's some other things that I wanted to get into. So definitely keep tapping the screen so the rest of the family can see we're in here and we can get engaged and have this conversation. Um, let's see. Let me say. So I saw Bucky's clips. I've seen the Cleveland Browns clips. Hey, Nicole. um, and it appears that there is a very positive twist to a lot of folks who thank you, Boo Bear. And I definitely appreciate the screen taps and the gifts. There's definitely been a twist and a turn in terms of the coverage and the support of Shedeur. And don't get it twisted, we do know that Shedeur, he sells tickets and he fills seats, and wherever he goes, people want to see him, excuse me. But I I don't want to give all the credit to just the fact that he has star power. The other thing is um when you have the type of energy that Shador has, it's very hard to try to stay on the other side opposition of him. His energy, his personality, his presence is so infectious that you just get caught up in it. I mean, just watching the videos, you first of all, you feel like you're there. So there's that. The next thing is the conversations, the mannerisms, everything. You're paying attention to everything. That is how electrifying and gravitational his energy and personality is. So for a lot of people, with these some people that we're giving up in the Negro delegation draft that will be held at the closure of the colonizers' acknowledgement of our Black History Month. I digress. I try to be serious and I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. That was some shade. You know who I'm talking about. He is definitely on the draft block. We're giving him up. We're figuring out who we would like to bring in exchange for him. He's he's out of here. Yes. Um, I'm noticing even some of the Cleveland pundits are now jumping on the bandwagon and they are going into the archives and they're pulling up stuff. Now we know for them it is simply about, they change their sales at the drop of a hat and they're trying to get clicks. They want people to join, subscribe to their channels and all of that. We get that. Howsoever, like I said, the energy that Shedeur Sanders exudes is why so much good stuff comes back to him. One of the things that I really, because I'm always nursing, so one of the things that I pay attention to is that how cognizant he is of everything that's going on around him. And the children were at the practices, and he got close enough to them. And what I loved about him is he said to them, okay, give me a second. Let me finish practicing my throws. And he actually acknowledged them. See, those are the types of things things that people don't understand when they were like, why, why the kids always like him. Good morning, Black. Hey, V. Hey, Tammy. That is one of the reasons why he acknowledges their presence. He lets them know, I see you. I see you. Hey, Kenneth. And when he said that to the kids, they settled down and they just waited for him. And he was able to continue his practice without making them feel isolated or put off. I love that. There was that. His engagement with the vets. I told y'all yesterday, while everybody is thinking that Shedeur is on a flex run, well, let me correct what I say. For the people who don't really know Shedeur are saying that this was a flex for him and he should have said no, Shedeur saw this as a scholarship trip to Football University Pros 101 because he has clearly made his rounds. You can see he's talking to everybody, he's listening, he keeps that play wristlet open. So while he's talking to people, especially the people that he's playing with on his team, he can get a better understanding of what he's doing. Because even though it's touch football and it's only 7-on-7, that's how other people are garnering it. He is not. This is another practice session for him. This is another learning opportunity for him. This is the possibility and the segue for him to connect with people that he will be playing with, as well as team members he will be playing in opposition with. And one thing his father has taught him, you want to learn your defense. Know your defense. So if he is engaging and interacting with these other people, he's learning how they move. He's learning their language. He's learning the routing and the scheme and the way that they're playing. This helps him with his oncoming development with Coach Todd and the rest of the staff. So I like that. I do. I really do like that. Um, I had put on my page this text post about getting his number back. And let me be clear, there's always a little truth to some of my jokes, okay? And I can be kind of funny and sarcastic, but I really like the way you guys came and engaged on that and shared your insights because I 100% agree with everyone. And let me tell you why. Shedeur has been two his whole life. So it's just synonymous with him that he is two. But two was one of his father's numbers. So there was that. Him coming into 12, even though the beginning of his rookie season was really rough and was hard. I have to, Buttercup. A lot of you made a valid point that 12 is his number and that it is representative of the journey that he has made. It is all his own. And when I read that, I was like, you know what? That is a very in depth and positive way to look at that. Um, exactly, Pac Man. It's the new era that this is him coming into his own. And he's earned that. You know, sometimes as humans, we can be selfish. Sometimes we can be selfish and we like what we know and what we have. Two was always synonymous with him. But he is coming into his own and he is creating his own blueprint. And that's his number. So thanks, guys. Good talk. Insight is always appreciated. I always like for us to have conversation and share. It always gives you a different way to look at things because sometimes you're like this. When you have a conversation with your family, then you can be like this. So there's that. He damn sure is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Um, I didn't get a chance to see the Grammys last night, but I did see the clips. Before I go into the conversation I had with the folks from Cleveland, I wanted to say this. I'm very excited about the Super Bowl, um, more so for halftime, because in this moment, in this country right now, so many of us, Black and Brown folks, our life is lifing for us, and there's a lot of things that are going on. I've always been a fan of Bad Bunny, and last night I did get to see the clips of him being honored all throughout the night. I am excited that when he takes the stage on the Super Bowl, that the culture, the language, the ethnicity of Puerto Rico will be on center stage, but not just because of Puerto Rico, but because there is a very large gap of ignorance in this country as far as who and what Puerto Rico is, the people of Puerto Rico, the language, how it came to be a part of the United States, and what better person to represent that than Bad Bunny? And that's how you have to say his name. You cannot say Bad Bunny. It's Bad Bunny. Okay. So, Trevor Noah, you did an awesome job in learning his song. But then again, Trevor Noah speaks like four or five languages. So there's that. Spanish is, there's that. Um, I just know he's going to bring out Cardi. I just know it. I can feel it in my spirit. I can feel it in my spirit. Um, Bad Bunny is one of those people who has celebrity status, but utilizes his platform for something greater than that. So I have a lot of respect for that. So I will get a chance to go and watch it on YouTube and catch up on it. I might even be able to catch it on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, this weekend, Melania, the movie, it premiered. It only made 2.4 million in ticket sales, and Becoming, Michelle Obama's documentary on Netflix. 92% y'all a cold piece. We're a cold piece. They pushed that bad film back up to number three. We so petty. We are so petty. We are so petty, but that's what we do. So there is that. Okay, so let's get to the story time about the people that I met last night while I was driving Uber. Yes, your girl clocked out of her job yesterday and then turned on the app. It's a process, and I'm so tired. But Nicole, I think we all did. We turned it on our laptops. We turned it on our TVs. Hey, Sent. So there were these young ladies who were visiting from Cleveland, and they had come in, for the weekend to hang out or whatever. When I stopped at the restaurant to pick them up, I noticed one of the young ladies had a number 12. She had on 12's jersey. Cute little boots, cut up shorts, whatever. They were a little late. So when she got in the car, I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a pass because you have on grown's jersey, and that's family. And so three of the ladies in the back chimed in, talk about, yes, go Browns. I said, no, no, no. I didn't say go Browns. Said, I said, we love nephew. And so the young lady who was sitting in the front seat with me, she just laughed. She said, I understand that. So one of the young ladies in the back, she screams out, I ain't no Cleveland Browns fan. Go Bengals. I'm from Cincy. Go Bengals. And I was like, you know what, y'all in Ohio, y'all a little different. Y'all a little different. And so she said, are you excited? I said, oh, yes, very excited about the nephew. Very excited about the nephew. And she said, nephew? I said, yeah, I'm one of his internet aunties. I started out with the CU aunties, and then it's just grown everybody on the internet and internet family, the uncles, the aunties, and the cousins. And so she was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. And so I said, yes, I'm very excited about Coach Todd. This is where the conversation took a twist. She said, I'm a little sad, because Coach Stefanski, he was a good coach. I said, that's what I said, Nicole. I said, wait, what? Hey, Moni. I was like, wait, what? He's a what? And mind you, it's five black young ladies. And so I was like, sweetheart, I'm asking you this. And I mean no disrespect, but please help me understand. How are you sad about Coach Stefanski? No, Nicole, they were nice young ladies. And she said, I get it. People are kind of upset, but he's done a good job. I said, when did he do a good job? She said, I know he wasn't really nice to Shedeur at the beginning of the season, but that's our coach. I said, baby, I'm gonna say this, and I mean no disrespect, but y- y'all in Cleveland, y'all's thinking is very different. Because those of us who are outside of Cleveland are like, he got to go. Like, you don't know. She said, well, we gonna see with Coach Todd. I said, what you mean you gonna see? This is the new era. This this is this is Cleveland being gift wrapped a winning season. And so now mind you, she's really young. She's like 20 something in the early 20 something. So that's why I say I did not open the library on the baby. she's but then she told me, she said, well, me and my family, we die hard Cleveland Brown fans. I said, well, I guess for me, because I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan, I am a Shedeur Sanders fan. I don't have no loyalty to Kevin Stefanski. I don't even understand how he stayed in y'all city as long as he did, but it's okay because now you're going to have a coach who is going to bring you some winning seasons. He is going to give you what you all long overdue deserved, and his quarterback along with that. So I started talking to her about the internet family reunion, and I was telling her about the community give back. And she was like, what part of Cleveland do you live in? And I was like, I don't live in Cleveland, baby. I live here. I live here. And I thought that was kind of strange since I was driving Uber, but I digress. Okay. And so I said, no. Um, First thing, it was before the reunion, we decided, because it's very big to Shador to give back and he really loves the kids. We picked a school and I explained to her what we were doing with the community initiative. And she was like, oh my God, that is so cool. Can you give me the information? And then I told her about the internet family reunion. Um, because that's another thing. I'm very excited about everybody on the internet who's excited about it, but I really would love for more people in Cleveland to be involved in this and participate in this, because I really do believe if they had an opportunity to hear and see the love that people outside of Cleveland are giving to their quarterback and in support of their team, it would help change this mindset. I've been to Cleveland, and so I can understand why people are conditioned that way. It's dark, it's disparaging. And so they do need some light. They do need some vibrancy. They do need some energy. Um, and not from the aspect of y'all are dumb or y'all don't. No, that's not how you meet that. You meet it with, okay, well, here's something new. And here's a group of people who we're not from here, but we're here to support you. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Queen. We're here to support you. And this is what we're doing. And how you show people and you have people come into things that they're unfamiliar with or have not had exposure to is that you gently walk them and you welcome them into it. We don't insult them or make them feel bad. They're living in the existence. So I'm certain that they know the difference. Thank you, Queen. And so she did. She gave me her email address. And right there, before she got out the car, I sent her the emails, explained everything. And she was like, I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to share this with everybody. I think this is awesome. Like, And after she got out of the car, I really felt good because I was like, this baby, you know, she lives in her city. She's proud of her city, as she should be, as she should be. And if you have never had, if somebody take you to a steakhouse and all you've ever had was a 4 for 4 at Wendy's, you don't know what filet mignon tastes like. You don't know what a porterhouse is. You don't know what a tomahawk is. So instead of clowning or saying this ain't Wendy's, then you share with people, okay, they don't have burgers here, but this is what we do have, and it's really nice. You might want to try this, this, and this. We can adjust each other's crowns without clowning each other. Now, there are some people that we do need to thump upside the head, and they do deserve a little public embarrassment because, they just loud and wrong. But in this case, shut up, Pac-Man. But in this case, these babies were younger than my children. They were like 23, 24, 21. So this was a learning opportunity. And especially with Black women, our engagement with each other, we do sometimes have to be careful with how we handle our younger sisters because they're coming into their own, they're blossoming, they're wanting to spread their wings. Nothing makes a person feel bad or worse than attempting to soar and climb heights, finding their independence, and you come along and clip their wings, being derogative, negative, or judgmental. I've been to Cleveland. I know what's going on in Cleveland. I've made a decision to join in with the rest of you and the ladies thank you, Pac-Man, and the ladies on the committee to make this change and make this change a positive experience. We're all going to walk away from this. Those of us that don't live in Cleveland, we're going to get on our planes, trains, and automobiles, and we're going to come back home and we're going to have pictures and we're going to have hugs and we're going to have memories. But one thing we will have done is we will have left a little bit of that love and positivity in the ground in Cleveland to grow. That's the whole point of all of this is to change it and to have something different and better flourish. I watch too many younger Black women attempt in their own voice to express themselves or make themselves present. And because it doesn't look or sound like what other people want it to look and sound like, they get shot down and it leaves a very bitter taste in their mouth and they are forever tainted. And it's hard to come back from that. And those of us that have grown up and grown out of that, we know what that bitter taste tastes like. So I'm very cognizant of that when dealing with people. There's some people that I will crack the library open for, and then others, it's like, okay, here, baby, give me your hand, and let's walk this way together. We're walking together. I'm not ahead of you. We're side by side. Simple as that. Hey, Tanya, good morning. So there you have it. Hopefully, we'll get to see the Munchkins at the reunion with their families. The point is, like I said, we're planting the seeds. We're planting the seeds. We said we're going to change the culture and change the narrative. So we're planting the seeds. Thank you, Star Child. So apparently, members of the Negro Trade Delegation all over the internets are responding to that person's name we are not going to mention, but he is on the exchange draft chopping block. And when I tell you that people are hotter than fish grease, not only are they hotter than fish grease at his response, that snarky, elitist, nanny nanny boo boo, this is what I got response he gave, as far as everything, all of his little awards and accolades, let me say this, okay? You can do a lot of things. You can get awards and achievements for a lot of things. If who you are internally is ugly, mean, selfish, hateful, all of those awards, all of those awards, and all of those accomplishments nothing, means nothing. There was no wrong take. When you speak that loud and wrong and convicted with your chest, that's not a wrong take. Mm-mm. What it is you got checked, and people are calling for you to be canceled. So now you're trying to save yourself. But here's T. Once the chat found out, well, you're a fraud. You bought your followers, you bought your platform. You're not really out here achieving what you claimed that you achieved. So those phone calls you got, that acknowledgement and all of that, that came based on false numbers. That's the part nobody's saying out loud. That is the part that nobody is saying out loud. They called you and they gave you those accolades based on the fact they thought you really were engaging and responding to the culture, that people were tuning into you. No, they were not tuning into you. You bought those numbers. You bought those stream platforms. Because if you go to his YouTube and look at those video numbers, nobody's really looking at you. So folks is on it. Just know that. Folks is on it and they are giving him the business. There is that. Um, I want to give a shout out to Coach Prime because I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but a whole lot of people had on those DT92 red ice yesterday at practice. Or in the words of Shedeur, everybody got on my daddy's shoes. Baby, the love is real. The love is real. Okay. Um, Yesterday caught a glimpse. Now Shedeur did a block this year. Shedeur has been he done called his own number and ran for yardage and touchdowns. Did y'all see yesterday in practice? Shedeur did a wide receiver move. The coach told him a play. He said, "Who? Me?" And the next thing you know, Shador called under center, threw the ball, and then he took off running, and the dude threw the ball back to him. Okay, that's what we doing in touch football grown. Okay, I know that. I know that gagged a lot of people yesterday because I rewound the clip several times, and I was like, okay. They see that grown got legs, they gonna use them. They gonna use them. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because this is a type of development that is building up his mental and internal strength. They not even ready for what's coming. They're not even ready for what is coming. Um, the fact that these veteran and legend football players, not only are they engaging and they are excited about it. Well, Moni, while people were talking about well off media, they forgot this. Bucky is contracted with the NFL. While they trying to undervalue well off media, well off media, they in the club. Y'all are outside the club. in your mama's basements with your microphones and your gaming system monitors. He on the sideline with NFL credentials. And here's the tea of that. It's his film. Let me say it again. It belongs to him. When I tell you that nobody negotiates deals like the Sanders family and Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter, baby, they are always looking at the long game. No, we don't want that money. What we want is residuals. Yeah, that's what we'll take. Shedeur is only filmed by whom? Oh, they're going to be very bad. Very mad. And now that Coach Todd is cleaning out his coaching staff and giving pink slips to everybody that participated in that foolishness and making way for desks to be open for people who really want to work for a real football organization and develop a winning program and a winning team. Because Well Off Media is no longer just Bucky. He does have a staff. Look at God. I remember when he first started filming his dad and his brothers when they were little, and people, you know, kept coming at him like it was just him trying to show off his family. They are twits. They were twits. Because in any line of work that you have, it starts somewhere. What better place to start ground zero than with your family? Because it was a twofold. He was building his portfolio and his expertise, refining his shooting angles, learning his equipment, as well as documenting everything with his family. Now, who'd have thought 10 years later, he is sitting on top of his own media empire? Deion Sanders Jr. is the sole owner of all Sanders Film. Genius. Unless he is in front of a presser, Shador don't talk to anybody or let anybody else film him. How smart is that? How smart is that? Before the little clear people try to come in here talking crazy, Google is free. YouTube is too, unless you're doing YouTube Premium. Go look it up. I ain't even gonna argue with you today. Okay, so tomorrow is the Pro Bowl. By now, everyone who has been on the watch party list, you should have received an email with the login for the watch party tomorrow. Several of you emailed or DM'd me asking, "Hey, boo, um, good morning, Miss Nikisa," uh, requesting check your emails, also check your spam. It is coming either, I don't know how it comes up, either Monera Small or Internet Family Reunion. Awesome sauce. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Um, if you didn't get it and you want to, just DM me and I'll see to it that you get it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's been a while since we all got together and watched the game. This definitely will cure our withdrawals. I want everybody to know that tomorrow, when you come online, I don't want you to feel compelled to have to mute. It's a festive and celebratory moment. Just be mindful of other people um, when they are talking or whatever. But I definitely want us to be engaged and chat it up. I wanted to feel like we're in a family room together, literally in a family room together. That kind of vibe, because that's what it is. I am excited that. Good morning, see you, aunties. I'm excited that all of the internet aunties and uncle groups are going to be in the building. That's always what's up. As I've said before, I don't care what group you are a part of. The support and love is mutual for the nephews. Somebody had on a number 12 t shirt, but I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say anything about that. I was proud of you, boo. Proud of you. You was looking cute. Looking cute. So it's all about a mutual love and respect for the nephews. And tomorrow we are very excited about Shedeur being in the Pro Bowl. And that's what it's going to be about. Some fun. We're going to get to see we're going to get to see him engaged with the vets. Um, I've not watched the Pro Bowl. This is how long ago it's been that I watched the Pro Bowl. I have watched the Pro Bowl since it was in Hawaii, and your car came with a cassette deck and a CD player. That's the truth. That's the truth. That is the God honest truth. I watched it in that home. Nor have I now watched Pro Bowls, but I've never been excited about a Pro Bowl like I'm excited about tomorrow's Pro Bowl. I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So, um, be sure to if you want to, you can go online to Fanatics, and I think you can also do it at NFL pro.com, their pro shop. You can go in there and order whatever player of choice. But if you go in there to the Pro Bowl shirts and jerseys and you put Shadeur's name, 12 pops right on up for you. And you can get his shirt or his hoodie commemorating this Pro Bowl. I'm getting one because I'm going to make a shadow box. Um, Pro Bowl is a special kind of thing. So it's not like it's something you can wear all the time, nor would I want to. So there's that. Just a suggestion, everybody. Um, Other family members just suggested that you wear either your legendary, his gear, his merchandise, or you wear Bucky's 144, the rejected will be respected gear. Or you wear your Cleveland Browns t-shirts or his jersey tomorrow. Whatever you choose to wear, just wear it in support of our legendary nephew as he gets ready to take the field and have his inaugural Pro Bowl, because this is the first, but it is definitely not the last. Uh, I feel really good about everything that's going to happen after the Pro Bowl. He is definitely putting it in. He's putting in the work. He's putting in the work. And I'm so excited. He will be at the Pro Bowl doing what he does best. And Coach Todd is back in Cleveland getting it ready. So it's definitely going to be an exciting game tomorrow just because we just have a good time when we all together. So there's that. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna keep saying this because they're gonna drop those dates either in the April, beginning of May. Good morning, Lisa. Any game that Shedeur Sanders is playing in, those tickets are gonna sell out. Whether that's in Cleveland or it's somewhere else, they're gonna sell out. So, with that being said, make sure you have your coins together. You don't want to be tardy to the party. Whew. Deadline for deposits for the reunion are the 28th of this month. And let me give you a little insight on how that goes. Nicole, do not threaten me with a good time. Hey, pretty lady. Don't you wake him up. I will beat you down. We going to the mall today? I need to find a dress for a wedding. Do you now? For the 11th. Okay, happy Black 365. They what is this? Five Below got these shirts. I got 3 of them. Oh, take a sticker off, boo. That is cute. Hello. You want me to wake him up in like 20 minutes? Yes. Okay. This is she. Have a good one, Miss Nicole. Okay, so anyway, about this deposit for the internet family reunion. So the whole reason of the deposit is that we were able to negotiate with the Cleveland Brown sales team that we would be able to give them a deposit and still have dibs on which game we wanted to and be able to have them guaranteed. January started all over. January started over. Who's February? And so, in order to do that, we have to give them a deposit. So that way it guaranteed. So anybody that pays their deposit by the 28th, your ticket is guaranteed. And we'll make decisions as far as what we're going to do after that. We've capped the attendance at 100. So that's going to give you your meet and greet. It's going to give you the actual reunion. And then it's going to give you your actual ticket. And those tickets are club access, which are inclusive of beer, wine, and your food. If you want to do spirited cocktails, then you'll be there and you'll have to pay for that. Now I'm gonna have to go in here and do my deal to figure out in nurse math so I can be in Paris in October. Mm-hmm. Who going to Paris? I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. I do. Thank you for shooting that out there, Jimmy. So now I know it's time to get busy. Okay, love bugs. Well, I ain't gonna keep y'all because I gotta get ready to go to the mall. So, with that being said, let's finish enjoying the clips and the footage coming live from Cali, from the Pro Bowl, from the Pro Bowl. I didn't say Pro Bowl. My God, today. Again, if you didn't get the email, DM me so I can send you the email link for the watch party tomorrow. Everyone have a wonderful day. Go do great things. As always, protect your peace and your mental health.